Okay, here we are at the 2012 Maryland State Straight Pool Championships. We got Mika Immonen versus Brandon Shuff. I'm Bob Hunter with Andy Lincoln. Going to be doing commentary for you. Who won the lag there, Andy?
Looks like Brandon Shuff won the lag by a little
Okay,
bit.
Brandon's racking the balls for Mika. Mika's checking the back row now, and what you want for the back row to all be frozen. If there's any gaps in that line of balls, you're not going to get the kind of break you want. Corner ball that goes to the side rail probably won't have enough speed on it to come back into the pack. That's what's supposed to happen. That was a nice break.
Yeah, probably pretty safe there.
I'm sure Brandon will end up trying to thin the one ball, get the cue ball back up table. It's it nice and thin.
Yeah,
It'll be a good shot.
Yeah, he'll catch the 11. Everything will stop.
Yeah. 5 ball probably move a little bit. Oh no, what's he doing here?
Not so sure about this shot.
Well,
Why not like that?
I don't know. Can't tell. Can't tell from this angle either.
Well, if he's going to shoot, it's going to be quite a thin cut. But
Well, if he can see the ball, he's fine. He'll
yeah,
make this if he can see it.
he's sure shooting like he's seeing it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I don't know if he's got room to make this. Has he got room to make the 15? Can he get the cue ball in there?
Yeah, it's going to be awfully close to try to pick that ball out of the stag. He's looking at it, but he don't look happy about it.
I mean, the problem with a shot like this is a lot of times you can make it shooting it real soft and spinning it like crazy, but then your cue ball is buried in the pack. So if you can't hit it with some speed, the shot's not worth much.
Right. I think he's probably looking at the 2-1 as well, but I'm guessing that doesn't go where Brandon might have shot it.
He'd probably either thin the 8 or the 5, and no, he's shooting. He's thinking about shooting. He's ducking. Or was he shooting it? No, he was playing safe.
Just looking around to see if anything looks good.
Well, if he's shooting this direction, he's probably trying to thin this ball and bring the cue ball back into the pile right where it is now.
Yeah, just got to watch that 13 ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was kicking at what he thought was a dead one. Might be sitting for a while now.
Yep.
We'll leave Mika something like this to start with.
Got an update on the Thorsten Lipsky match. 98-15 Thorsten.
Okay, Mika can shoot this 14 now and bump the balls a little bit. The 12 is there for a guaranteed shot.
Yeah, and
Well,
the 1.
almost guaranteed.
Well, if he wasn't going to get the 12, he was going to have the 1. So
Right.
he didn't really move those balls that much, though. He's going to.
He wasn't really trying to move them much.
He's going to need to go in again at some point.
He just wanted to change them a little bit. Does that 13 look like it goes? Combination?
Certainly close. Might be shooting right past it.
Oh, no, he's shooting at the 11 ball on the side rail over there.
Well, that actually works out nice.
Well, maybe the 9-10 might go now.
And he might have skinned and opened to 15 just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if he was off the rail a little bit, it'd be perfect. He could shoot one of those balls inside and break up the cluster. But from on the rail, it's a bit tougher. Well, he shot it anyway.
That was quite a shot there.
He's still got to figure out how to make a break ball. He'd probably try and get an angle on the 9 at some point where he could bump the 15 over a little bit. Maybe shoot the 5 now, then the 9, and bump the 15.
Sounds like a good plan right there.
Or
maybe the 6.
Maybe
the 9.
maybe shoot the 10 first and then do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bumping at 15 over after shooting the 9 is better if the 10 is gone, because then you're going to have a shot on the 6.
Yeah, I'd say you got that one right.
Perfect. Follow it a little inside. And then go 2 reds here. That's just about where he put his tip.
All right, so the first rack goes to Mika, 14-0.
Never really watched Brandon play straight pull before, have you, Andy?
I have, but he's really not played a lot of straight pull. He's just a very good pull player.
Mm-hmm.
So he picked up straight pull and played pretty well right away. no real problems with this rack. Might have to use one of the balls in the back or move the 9 or the 11 to make a break shot.
We drop back over on this side. He would have liked to have a little angle on that 7 ball where he could maybe go up and bump the 11 and 9.
Yeah, I think that from his reaction, that was probably what he was trying to get to. It looks like the problem with the 7 now is cue ball will catch the 6 a little bit. You got to pay attention to what he's.
Now he's thinking about shooting a 6 and trying to kill it enough to get that angle he wanted on the 7. But he's not in love with it. This looks a little straight. Might just have to draw back for the 4 here.
Well, the 4 balls could probably get off the table. It's kind of by itself down here once he shoots the 6. So.
He didn't want to do that.
Except maybe it's straight up in the corner, huh?
Well, it could be, but that was a potential break ball.
It
was about the best ball he had. Does look like it goes. Might have to throw it a hair, but
yeah. Yeah, he really wants to shoot that 9 and bump the 11. I just don't think that's going to work out.
I don't think the 9 even passes the 11. He was looking at shooting the 11 ball, possibly.
Well, he's definitely going to have to figure some things out here.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to shoot the 9 now and break up the 13 and 5.
Might even get that 13 to bounce off the rail towards the rack.
Yeah, you called it.
That'll work.
That was a good call, Andy.
On top of that, I think he's got that 8-2 that's a little close together. One of them.
He's going to shoot the 8 inside right now.
Yeah.
Probably follow up a little bit for the 10. He's going to end up using the 5 ball for his key ball. He drew up a little too much.
Yeah.
He'd end up with a pretty thin cut on the 5 if he shot the 2 first. So he decided to go this route.
And he may have come a little far on this too.
He's probably going to have to go to the end rail and come back toward the 13. Was he following this? 3 rails? Huh. Okay.
Well, that sure works right there. Well, that makes it 28-0, Mika.
This break ball, you want to hit pretty firm, a little bit below center. You want to get off the pile after you hit them. See, he didn't hit quite low enough to get off the balls real well.
That's exactly right. He's got a shot, but he's definitely got to make it.
He's jacked up a little bit. You got to be careful because we're playing all fouls here.
Oh, right. Don't want to touch that 11 or 1.
Yeah. Nice shot. All right.
Now he's back in control.
I would imagine that he'll shoot the 8, and maybe try and get a shot on the 3.
Or even that.
And there it is. I'll probably just draw this back a little bit, bump the 11 out a little farther, and have a shot at the 5 possibly. Yeah. All right, now I spread the rest of them out. Should be home free.
Another quick score update. Dave Daya, 29 over Archer, 13. Archer at the table. He's got the 14-11 close together, but he's got the 1 over there, so he really ought to be able to handle that okay.
Yeah. Plus these, he could get position on the 14 on the side if he wanted to also. I don't think you'd really want to mess with trying to break those balls up, because one of them is going to be your break ball.
Yeah, he wants to come up exactly right on this so they don't have to touch the other one.
Yeah. Looks like he's pretty straight. He'll probably have to draw to the rail and then get back out in the open for the 2 or the 4 or 7, whatever that other ball is.
All right.
Well, maybe he's shooting the 14 first.
I think he's going to shoot the 14.
Slide over.
All right.
He left the 11. I guess it's not that low. I was thinking that the 14 was the better break ball at first, but
it probably was, but he probably figured
it wasn't that much better to be worth
draw out of there.
Exactly, yeah. Taking the easier route. Go up for the 4 now. Use the 6 for the keep. No, he's going to shoot it from down here. Yeah. I thought he had some angle. You draw this straight up, or does you have to? Yeah.
So that puts Mika up 42-0. So it looks pretty easy from sitting over here. You just solve 1 or 2 problems per rack, and you can run 100, huh?
You want to follow this break ball, I think. And it looks like he's drawing it, though.
Yeah, he's kind of sure got a nice spread for it, and nice and easy.
Yeah. Can't argue with drawing it when it works out like this.
Yeah.
9 ball is a good break ball. See, that ball being low on that side rail like that would have been a great pattern. You leave that ball and the 6 for the last couple of balls before the break ball. I like to try and leave balls that are along that long rail.
Yeah,
to start my break ball pattern with. He's going to bump one up here.
Hey, that's very nice. Certainly he's got his choice now. He may want to get the 14 out if he can. That might be a little tight in there, though. It's always nice to have an option, because if you're trying to keep that 9, that makes the 14 a little bit tough.
Well, I can't tell what he's got on that 10 ball right now. I don't know if he's straight or what. He's just going to go the easy way here and take the break ball. It doesn't have as good a key ball, but it makes the run out pretty simple.
Sure solves the problem with the 14 right there.
Yeah. Well, he wants to get straight on the one. Let's see if he does it. Looks good. Draw back to where he is right now. That angle, anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. Puts him up 56-0, and that rack, I don't think he even bumped the ball. Another update on Thorsten Lipsky. Thorsten's up 128 over Steve Lipsky 20. And John Schmidt and Warren Kiamko just got started, and Schmidt's up 25-15.
Now that was a very good shot he just shot there. He broke those balls with low inside English so that the cue ball, after hitting the side rail, would go back up the table. You know, most guys are a little reluctant to shoot the break ball with inside.
Sure can get you out of a jam.
But it's a great shot if you have the confidence to do it. You know, Mika's got to be feeling pretty good if he's shooting break shots like that. It's not even like he was all that close to it, you know.
Yeah.
He was up table a little ways.
He came a little bit short of straight on the one and had to take a longer break shot, but didn't give it a second thought. And now he's got 2 more break balls this rack.
Yeah.
He's going to have his choice of what to do. Looks like he'll go up on the 10 probably. Or not.
I think he's going to leave the 15 for the break. Take care of all these balls down at this end right now.
Yeah, those top 2 balls up there are close together. They're okay.
Wow.
Perfect, but a little dangerous.
I don't think... If that's what he was trying to do, I don't know if I really agree with it. I'd have gone up for those 2 balls up table first.
Certainly.
But he's feeling good enough.
He's certainly doing exactly what he wants to do at this point.
Yeah.
Stun following a ball.
I don't think he got real perfect here.
Yeah, I think it's a ball's going to want to come this way, which isn't going to work out. He's going to have to do something. That's probably why he went over to his table and took a short break while he figured out what to do.
He's going to draw to the side rail and bounce back over. Nice shot. Yeah. Brandon's got to be regretting his shot selection with that kick shot that he thought was dead.
The one that we apparently never saw.
When we thought he was playing safe, yeah.
Maybe we didn't see it because it wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Brandon had to. Felt good about it to shoot it there. And that puts you at 70. If you remember, I was saying earlier, Mika ran 112, 113 out on Ralph Eckert. And once they got through the beginning of this first rack, he's been running another 70.
Well, I don't know if he's got anything down at this end, but he does have the one inside, or he could shoot at the 2-ball. If he can't, if he doesn't have a good line on anything through all these balls, maybe the 11 goes. Yeah. See, he could shoot the 2 here and go into the balls, but he's going to be pushing the balls that he's breaking up into other balls. He might be creating new clusters.
I was just thinking that, so
he's going to shoot some of these balls off first before he breaks them again.
No, you're exactly right, Bobby. He's got the 9 and that 4 out of there. And then next time he goes up table, he's going to be able to
he
push
could break them now if he's got angle on the 9. If he doesn't, he could shoot the 10 and maybe get an angle on the 9.
Oh.
Or shoot the 10 and the 13 and get that angle on the 9. I don't know what he's really got here, but he'll probably try and go into him here if he's got any angle. Yeah. It was very safe with the 12 and or the 10, whatever that ball is, and the 13 down there. You didn't have to get a great break.
Right.
All you want to do is change him a little bit.
Yeah, he's sure changing for the better. He popped the 3 ball out, and now he's got a nice break shot if it makes it that far. He will have to move those other balls at some point.
Shoot the 2 and the 10, most likely.
Yep, with a 13 for a little insurance.
The 5 might nudge that 3.
Yeah,
make it even a little bit better. No, and it passed it.
So real quickly here, Johnny Archer's up 41-29, still at the table. And Thorsten won his match with Steve Lipsky.
I like shooting 13 here and just going straight up table and trying to take care of those. Wow. That I never expected.
I didn't see that coming, but you can now probably shoot the 6 and come out on one of those 2 balls in there.
It looked to me like he could have just rolled that ball in soft.
Sure seemed like it, didn't it?
And then shot the 8 next.
Yeah.
See, I would have liked to shot the 8 before that ball that he just shot in, because if you shoot the 8, and you got something to play position on over on this side of the table. Oh, you can draw straight back out. That's all right.
Yeah, but had he not got perfect on that ball, he might have ended up bumping things and causing trouble.
See, he's got an extra ball on the table now. You don't really want that 5 there in this situation. You'd rather that be gone already.
Think how easy it'd be from right here,
Yeah.
Schmidt is up on Warren Kiamko, 39-15. And Kiamko's at the table.
2 rails here. Well,
it's 84-0.
Mika's hitting them great. Brandon's racking them good. Okay, we're back. Mika's still at work here. Made a nice break ball. And life is good.
Yeah, he may roll on down onto the 12 here. May still take it.
Yeah, probably gonna run into the 6, nudge it a little bit here.
And that'll be enough to solve the problem, probably. Now, is that 7 ball going to work out for a break shot, or is that just a little bit high and far?
Well, you could use it if you had to. There's still enough balls on the table here where he might be able to create something he likes better.
I think that's what he's going to do right here, get a little better on the 12 so he can pump the 113. Maybe make a break shot over there.
Yeah. I don't know, the 10 ball looks great. This is a situation where you like to leave 7 and the, where's our little thing here? Oh, so click on this. And
There we go.
All right. Yeah, you'd like to be able to leave the 7 and the 13 for the last couple of balls. But
He was a little close to that 2 ball. He probably didn't like it too much.
well, he had a little slight angle, the wrong angle on the 2 ball is what he didn't like about it. Wow. Well, he was just expecting that ball would slide in, but he tried to hold over there a little too much.
So a run of 93 comes to the end, and Brandon Shuff will have a nice open table to get in gear. John Schmidt is up on Warren Kamko, 40-30. And Warren Kamko's at the table.
The 1 is a decent key ball here to get on the 10. If you can get your cue ball just a little bit above where the 8 is. But I think he's going to shoot the 1 now, and then maybe shoot the 1 and then the 8 and stop right there, and then shoot the 2 on the side and just slide the cue ball over for the 10. break. That looks like what he's going to do. No. See, he'd have been much better off to play to be straight in on the 8 and just stop it there or draw it an inch.
Yeah.
And then shoot the 2 in the side and slide over. As far as he had to move the cue ball there, to, you know, it's hard to know that you're going to have an angle. And he didn't have an angle, so he had to draw to get a break angle, which left him a long ways away from the ball.
Certainly it's tough to get out of your chair after 93 run by your opponent. So probably a little bit out of position on both shots there. Now he has to really come with one.
Nice shot.
Good to get that one out of your system when you're just getting back to the table.
I don't know what else he's going to do other than shoot the 4 and go into the balls again. I mean, you could. There's other things you could try, but you know, you might regret it.
Yeah. Take a slightly harder first shot. I think probably the 5 goes where it is, so maybe he's got that in his plans. Really needs to clear these 3 balls, or a couple of them out down low.
Does the 4 go over there? Or the 7, whatever that. I can't tell what the ball is.
I'll tell you what, he shot it kind of like it goes over here, so I'm going to say it clears the 14.
I mean, if it doesn't clear, then
yeah, it clears. Well, he's still got some work to do.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a. I don't know if he's got enough angle to get on the 12 here or not. He's got to shoot the 2 and slide over if he can for the 12.
Yeah. He certainly needs to make something happen here because he's only got 1 or 2 balls that can get on here for a good shot.
You know, when he shot that ball in that was on the side rail, I thought he should have rolled forward and played a combination on the bottom rail.
Yeah, you know,
that would have cleaned that all up.
Right.
And there was still enough open balls to where he could, you know, break the pack later.
Well, I don't think he's going to shoot the 5 and then that combination.
Yeah, but see, I mean, you want to be on the bottom rail to shoot that combination. You don't like shooting it from the table.
Yeah, if he's going to have to shoot his way out of here, he'll probably have to even shoot the 3-14 combination at this point.
The problem with playing this combination on a cut shot is that a lot of times the first ball, if you get even like a tiny bit of skid, it'll make you miss that combination by a mile.
Yeah.
Whacked it right in.
Well, he's working his way through this rack, but
it ain't all that pretty.
it's not pretty, but he's at the table, and
yeah.
balls are somewhat clear.
Bump the 8 here. No, go above it. he's got to shoot the 6 and the 11.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if that 11's really helping or hurting down there. He needs to move that 8 at some point, too.
Boy, did he go too far? Can you see the 11?
I think he might have to shoot the 13-11. Not that that's that bad of a shot right now, but...
Boy, this is really not the way you want to play this.
Right, because now the 13. Okay. I'm going to say he's back in control at this point.
This still isn't
he's moving around the table, that's for sure.
the way.
He's going to end up having to shoot the 6 and get on the 9 on the other side of the table.
I'm reluctant to even try and predict what he's going to do here. He's all over the place.
Well, he's either going to have to slap this off the rail or...
Maybe follow it 2 rails even. Who knows? No, he had enough angle to...
Just barely enough angle to... Okay, real quickly, John Schmidt is up 55-30 on Kamko with John Schmidt at the table. Archer's up on Dave Day at 55-32, and Day is at the table.
Well, Brandon doesn't have much angle here. So he's going to have to blast this pretty hard. A little bit below center. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Very nice.
All right, now he can shoot the 10, roll up a little bit, shoot the 11, and break him some more if he wants to. I don't really see a better way to go from here.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can break the 1 out and keep that 7 as the ball.
If he shoots the 5 and rolls up for the 11, I don't like breaking him from that side.
Yeah, you don't really have a good insurance.
He's not going to get much out of it.
Looks like that's what he's going to try.
Looks like he's straight in here. Maybe he's trying to pick these balls off. So maybe he was trying to get on. I don't know if the 7 goes.
Real quickly, Thorsten's up 22-3 on Corey Duell, but Corey's at the table.
I think this is going to be a lot of work getting through this rack because of the way he's playing it here. I think it was a much better option to shoot the 10 and then the 11 from the other side of the table.
Yeah, it really would have worked out better, probably.
When you shoot the 11, the cue ball would then have hit the 1 if you're shooting it from the other side. It's going to go right into the bunch of balls, and you're going to get everything spread out. Well, from here, you can shoot the 7 and break them up just as well. Well, maybe not just as well.
But at least his cue ball didn't scream down table.
I thought they would break better than that.
Oh, here he goes. John Schmidt is now up 66-33 on Warren Kamko. John is at the table.
What he just did there, drawing into like pocket of a cluster of balls was kind of dangerous. I mean, unless you're really going to give it a lot of power and make sure that you
Right.
draw through all the balls.
He had 10 balls on the table, and he had one shot after he drew into that. I think maybe his plan is to just make everything he shoots at.
So far, that seems to be working. He's got to make another good shot now. Looks like it's going to be the 6. Yeah, there's something to be said for playing pool every day.
Yes, it leaves you a few more options to get out.
Shots that scare me to death now look like hangers to them.
He's still got some work to do with the 3 and the 1 because he's trying to keep the 14 or the 2 or the 4 for the break ball.
Yeah.
But yet he's got to probably get on that side for the 1-3. So.
Well, if he just plays for a slight angle on 13 here, he could slide the cue ball over by the 14. But he's crossing the line to do it here, which is, I'd have drawn the ball over to the side rail and then toward the 13 where you're staying along the line you want to be. His speed would have had to been perfect to get the right angle on the 13 there because he's crossing the line. So he's got too much angle here really to do what he'd like to do.
Yeah, about all he can do is maybe slide through and come all the way back out on the 4, but that's not going to get you far either.
Yeah, he can shoot his 4 ball and try and draw back once again and try to get that angle.
Oh, there you
go. I think he's still got too much.
Well, he might be able to slide down next to the 8 for the 1.
He's going to end up bumping his break ball here, I think. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Bumping it soft might have been okay. No, he does have the 8. It's just very low.
I knew this rack was going to be a lot of work from the way he started out.
Well, even this next shot is a lot of work. He's either got a tough shot on the 8 all the way up the corner, or he's going to shoot the 1 and go all around the table. Now, do you like this behind the rack break shot? Maybe leaving the 1? Just kind of looks close in the middle.
Even if you want to do that, how are you going to get to it? He's straight in on the 14 here. How are you going to get a shot on the 8 unless you just roll up and shoot at the side? See, now he's got to shoot the 1 and settle for that super low 8 ball.
And you can tell from his expression that he knows the 8's just not great. Probably at best he's going to skim the quarter ball.
He wanted to pound that and get out far enough to shoot the 8 and use the 1 for the break, but that's no longer there.
All right.
Trying to run balls the way this is going here, it wears on you so much,
Sure does.
It feels, a 15 ball run can feel like 100.
Archer's up 61-51 on Dave Dea, but Dave Dea is just, what was he on? I think Dave Dea maybe just gave up the table. Yes, and Johnny Archer will be shooting. Let's take a look at this low break shot on the 8.
Yeah, it should be okay. It looks like he can clip the 9 and get something open.
And Thorson is up 22-20 now on Corey Duell. Corey's still at the table. And a thank you to our tournament director, Peter Burrows, bringing us the scores so we can keep track. And the score in this match here is now Mika 93, Shuff 34, if I've got that right.
Looks like Brandon might be taking a break. Okay, we want to thank all our sponsors: Simonis Cloth, Aramith Balls, Predator, Kamui, Nick Farner, Champion Billiards, Jay Peachauer Cues, Nate Solinsky, Peter and Sandra Sears, Rick and Cindy Molinaro, Big Daddy's Billiards, Peter Burrows, and Megan Ford. What else we got here? Q&K Lucasi Hybrid, APA Washington area, Lee and Jane Tiani, Philippi Q's, Q Sticks International, Dr. Michael Frank, and Ralph Rubin. And Inside Pool for this beautiful free live stream. Thank you.
John Schmidt is up 71-33 on Warren Camco, and I see Warren at the table over there.
And Brandon is back, ready to continue his run. If he can hit the 9 with this break ball. Worked out very nice. Now he can shoot 2, then probably the 9, and then the 5. He may choose to, if he can, just shoot the 2 and draw back over for the 5 right away without shooting the 9 first, but I don't know if that's... No, I think he's going to shoot the 9 first. Well, now that's... The whole plan is gone. He's got too much angle on the 9 to get it. I think he's got too much to get an angle on the 5 to break the balls.
Certainly going to be close. He's trying for it.
Oh, I guess he didn't. It looked different from here. All right, it looks like he's got angle on the 5. He can break these. You got to make sure you don't stick right there when you hit these balls. You're going to have to go forward a little bit. So you got to hit this a little bit above center and pop it.
Oh.
That's too much. That was too high. See, if he would have come up higher when he played his shape for the 9, he would have had more angle to break him with when he shot the 5. And he could have really followed it, plowed through the balls, there'd have been no danger of scratching. He just,
right.
Since he had too much angle on the 9, he ended up with not enough on the 5. Now, Mika's got 2 clusters to deal with. I think he's going to shoot the 10 and bump the 1 here. And, well, maybe not. He's going to use the 5 to break him.
Of course, this looks much better with a smaller cluster to break and the 3 ball sitting right there.
Oops.
I think maybe he should have just taken the 3 ball while it was a given.
Well, I think he's going to end up cutting the 3 here, unless he can see the 6.
A 3 ball will be a long reach.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't know if he's got anything else.
May not have a choice.
Okay. jam.
Corey Duell is now up 34-22 on Thorsten. Corey at the table.
All right, I think you go 15-6, and then go into the. Yeah, there's a 15-6, 11, and break up the balls. A little late with the camera switch there, but yeah, so you can go and you can shoot the 11 here and probably go into the 10. Ooh, he didn't hit it as full as he wanted to. The 10 goes in the side a little easier now.
Right.
So probably what he's going to do is shoot the 2, then maybe the 6 in the corner. Is that the 6? Yeah. Probably shoot the 2, then the 6, and roll down there to get the 10. I don't know. He's going 6-10.
Well, he'll also have a low break shot, but it's probably just high enough to work out.
Yeah, I don't think I would have left the 2 ball there. I would have wanted to get rid of that one, before going after those other balls down there.
All right, now he's got to get on that 2 ball just right so that he can get straight on the 1 ball.
I don't know about this.
A little bit close.
We might see him shoot the 1 first. Yeah, he's just looking to see what kind of shot he can end up with on the 1 if he shoots the 2 now. Which, yeah, he's going to have to go to the end rail and maybe hit it with a little bit of inside, go around that ball. Yeah.
Get on up.
That's good.
So Johnny Archer is now up 74-51 on Dave Dea. Johnny Archer at the table, and our score in this match looks like 104-36 in favor of Mika. And this should be a match to 125.
Okay, that worked out pretty nice. Can he draw into those 2 balls right now? No, he didn't have to. 8 must go. It's clear. Here, I think I'd shoot the 8 and just roll forward, either try and get on the 6 or the 5. That's not what he's doing. I guess he wasn't straight. Did shoot the 6 next, though.
Yeah, and Schmidt is up 71-41. Warren Kiemka is at the table.
I think you should shoot the 3 here and then the 10 on the side. Or the 12, whatever that is.
Which ball's the better break ball here, that 1 ball or the 11?
Oh, I like the 11 better.
And they both got things nearby to get set up on.
Well, I think what he needs to do here is shoot the 1 and roll up for the 10 along that bottom rail. Then the last of his problems is really gone.
Yeah, really the 10-9 is something you want to solve. Or
Shoot the 1, roll up, See, he can end up. There's a lot of different workable patterns. If he gets rid of the 1, the 10, and the 9, you can shoot the 12 in the side and the 13 and the 5 in the side, then the strike ball up to 15. He's doing it different. I don't know why he's leaving those balls down there so long.
Well, I happened to notice his expression. I think he was trying to get on over across that 5 ball so he'd come back and work your plane with the 1 and the 10. Kind of smirking at himself.
Maybe he's been planning on using the 1 for the break ball all this time. I don't know.
I think maybe he just changed course when he came up short on the 5.
I don't think I'd have given up that 11 ball break ball that easy.
Plus, that 1 was really the way to get on the 10. It's easier to get on the 10 than get on the 9.
Exactly. I think he's kicking himself right now.
Well, you can tell by his reaction that you're probably right. He's kicking himself. Maybe trying to squeeze in on the 9 on either this shot or the 2 ball. But I don't like that because he can't get the 10 while he's down there if he does it.
No, he's rolled forward too far.
And he also may have been trying to get all the way up on the 13.
I don't think so.
You'd have to be perfect.
There's several times when I've rolled balls out on this table and the cue ball followed much further than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what happened to him right there.
Oops.
Well, this is definitely a scramble here.
Well, the 10-9 was the problem 8 balls ago, and it is still the problem. He's got to come down on it right here.
He can come down, take the balls off now. He shouldn't have any trouble. Well, that followed farther than he wanted to also. He wanted angle on the 10 to get a little angle on the 9. Now it's work getting the angle you want on the 9.
He's looking like he feels like he's got enough angle to do it.
Well, he's got enough, but you got to move. You got to either pound it. Oh no, never mind.
You'll see him either come underneath the 1 or slide past.
It looked straighter than that to me.
Watch that side pocket. There you go.
Okay, he's glad that rack's over with.
I'll tell you what, by my count, I got him at 118 to 36. He's going to need 7 balls in this rack. Oh, hey now. And quite an unfortunate scratch there on a double kiss. Put Brandon back at the table with one last chance here.
I looked away for a second. I didn't see it. Well, Brandon, if you're going to do anything, I'd say now's the time. No more waiting around.
Might be looking at the 14 and then the 10 to run into 130.
Well, I imagine he's shooting the ball on the side next. But it looks more like you were right than I. Wow.
Certainly overrun the position, but he's going to stick with the plan, it looks like. I don't like this. I think he might miss the 11 completely.
Well, I'm
Slide through by the 2.
yeah,
Well, this is the way he shot his other 3 racks. So.
now you gotta shoot the 12 here and then try and get on the 9 where you can shoot this 15 and get on the 13.
That would be a great approach right there.
If you can get the cue ball somewhere in the area of the 15 to shoot the 13, then you can get through this rack. But trying to do it any other way is an awful lot of work.
It's hard to see the angle here. He may be able to go right there now.
I mean, he could shoot the 4 right now, but there's a chance you scratch off those balls over in the other corner.
Yeah, he's looking at that 13. I think he sees what you're talking about.
If you shoot the 13, you can, with the right angle, you can draw up into the 3 ball and have the 4 and 5, for guaranteed position.
Absolutely.
So 12, what is he doing here? Wow, that's.
You can see the frustration.
If you're gonna do stuff like that, you just deserve whatever happens to you.
Well, now he's gonna looks like kind of like he's got to jack up and shoot this 2 ball.
Yeah.
And not foul. We are playing all ball fouls.
Wow, that's a nice shot.
Great shot.
Situation.
Great shot when you know it's for your chance to stay in the match right there. Well, you can go back to your plan now.
No, I don't think he can get on that 15 from here. He's got too much angle on the 9, doesn't he?
Yeah,
or is he straight?
No, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of angle. And
see, from here, it looks like there's too much angle on the 9.
Yeah, you have to hit it awfully good to just roll up perfectly on the 13 right now. He could also still roll back on the 4, so or go into him now for that matter.
Yeah, going into the 4 and 5 right now might be what he's forced to do. Or into the 1, maybe. Wow.
Oh, that just came out as wrong as it could come out.
I mean, there was nothing good could happen to you shooting the ball that way.
This will be a tough combination if he even has it.
I mean, it doesn't look like he has anything but cut the 15 in.
Yep.
And then who knows where the cue ball's going, because you're probably going to crash into the 11, and, or maybe not. But you're going to have to hit it with some speed.
It was also a tougher cut when you're frustrated knowing you shouldn't have been here.
Exactly. He'd have been much better off to hit the ball firm and either run into the 1 or the 4 or the 5 than just rolling it like he did.
All I can think is that he was actually trying to roll straight on top of the 13 break shot right then.
He just had too much angle for that, though.
Well, here we go. Looks like the cut is the shot.
Shot. Very nice shot. And it worked out pretty good, too.
Sure did.
Cue ball hit the ball full and died there.
And he can come right out here and bump the 6 up. Try to create a break shot. Firm there.
Got a little high, but he might be able to shoot the 3 in and go one rail into the 1 ball and bump it over in that area. I don't know if he's considered it yet, but I know I would. Here he could shoot the 11 and go 1 rail into the 1 possibly. Of course you may knock it to a too low position doing that. He's just all over the place.
Well, at this point,
he's just going to have to use the 11 for the break, I guess, and shoot the 13 and then the other ball down in the top corner pocket. Or maybe the side. Yeah, textbook.
Well, it's certainly a textbook break shot once the table's clear. Well, that's how Brandon's been playing this particular match. He's been working each rack until he gets through it. I think that puts him at 117 to 50.
This just wears you out too much playing this way. You know, you gotta have better patterns.
Well, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast that he plays a lot of rotation and he's just a very good pull shot. Once he learns the easier way to do some of these things in straight pull, certainly his game will go up quite a bit.
Sure. Well, you gotta follow this.
Yep. You don't follow this,
You're gonna knock some balls out in the open behind the rack, so you just hit the rack, follow it down there, and shoot one of them in the other corner next. Well, didn't look like he had that type of a shot from where I'm sitting. If you can do that, hit the top balls in the rack, that you usually get a pretty decent break out of it.
Right.
Just wasn't really the way the shot looked from here.
Kind of wants to shoot that too, but it's tough to reach.
He's got time to get back to it. I might be able to shoot the 3 and bump the 2 now. I don't know. Not that I would do that, but it looks like what he's looking at. I'll probably shoot the 4 first. Or the...
Does he have angle on this 4 to go on into the 15-6?
Hard to tell. I hesitate to even make the call.
I think
been wrong so many times.
I think he wants to move that too, like you said. Certainly could go into him now. Keeping the 14 and 10 for insurance balls.
5 in the side next. No, he didn't get up high enough for that. Maybe he might shoot the 9 on the side, but
Yeah, that might be
the
the best.
9 looks like the best break ball right now.
Yeah, he really needed to probably get on the 5 at that point. He'll have the 2 to get on it later, or even the 1 ball. Certainly solving that problem right there would have made things a little bit easier. Johnny Archer's up 95-55 on Dave Dea, and looks like Dave is shooting.
Looks like 8 ball now. Pump the 15. I don't know if the 5 goes in the other side pocket from that area, but he could shoot. Oh boy, he followed that and went flying around.
Came out okay, but certainly some things can go wrong there. As long as you don't miss what you're shooting at, you can keep at the table.
Racking up the miles on that cue ball, I'll tell you that. I'm always looking for some kind of connect the dots pattern, you know, stop, stop, stop. He's all over the place.
Well, now maybe you can roll the 1 and get that 5 on out of there.
You might want to shoot that's 8 now, and then the 2, and roll down for the 5 on the side. Well, I don't know if he's looking at shooting the 5 in the other corner, but even if it does go over there, it's not the right shot at this point.
Well, he sure looked at it closely, which tells me that it's not exactly wide open.
Okay. End result is good.
And that
On
puts,
another break ball.
yep, and that puts him at down 117 to 64. This is always a nice one up high. Pretty much your cue ball just comes across the top of the stack. And
Well, 13 is a pretty good break ball for the next rack if he can manage to leave it there.
Jan Schmidt is now ahead of Kiamko 71 to 69, and Warren's at the table. So a little comeback there. Is he eventually going to work his way to the 8 ball to break those open?
That's one option he's got.
They're probably going to move this ball out of the path of the 8 ball.
It'd been nice if he could have gotten to the 8 ball while that 12 was still on the table. Now he doesn't have any real good insurance balls to use if he's going to break them with the 8, which is what it looks like he's going to do.
Yeah.
Actually, if he follows this, he should have a shot on the 10. He doesn't have to hit 100 miles an hour. Yeah.
That's exactly right there, Bobby.
Maybe a little straight, but Even if it is, you can draw back a little bit, shoot the 5 up in the corner. I'm sure that's what he's looking at right now. It doesn't look like he's drawing it though.
Yeah, this ball could go into. I think the plan there was to
It could
get the
go
cue
somewhere.
ball, get the cue ball rolling out of there, so you weren't stuck on the end rail.
Man, I hate doing stuff like that. You're just gonna go crash into something, and when the balls are all spread out like that.
When I crash in, I have no shots. Now he's got 3 shots, but he may have tied up to 5-7.
Yeah, it's a numbers game though. Eventually, you're gonna get bitten by doing that stuff. It's not gonna work out every time.
He does need to get over to the right side of the table here to get the 15 and the 6 without touching the 13.
You roll up here.
Must be the 5-7's okay.
Yeah. You could shoot the 2 and then the 14 in the side, and then get over for the 6 and 15. Off the 14. But it looks like he's got angle now on the 2, which is not ideal. I don't know if he can shoot the 14 and draw to the side rail and get on the 6 or the 15 or not.
That's certainly what he's looking at.
It looks like he might have too much angle for that.
Well, he does have the 1 ball. He doesn't get back up on him.
You could shoot the 1 now if you could leave the cue ball over on that side rail, and then cut the 5 in the corner and just slide over for the 6 or 15. I'm thinking draw this up above the side a little bit and give yourself that angle on the 5 where you can slide over.
Well, he's got enough angle to go all the way across now.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good shot.
Yeah. Probably just shoot the 15.
I don't know if he's comfortable enough shooting the 6, you could bump the 14 up a little bit and just leave the cue ball right there. You'd be straight in on the 15. Let's see. Now this is.
I think he's close enough here that he can draw back to the side rail. He will have to work towards back to where he is right now.
I don't think he likes it. I don't think he likes it.
He can also probably shoot the 6 right now and come around.
I don't know if he can see enough of that 6 to do that.
Warren Kemka is now up 83-71 on John Schmidt, and Warren's still at the table.
See, I don't think he can see the 6.
Sure close if it goes.
He's shooting the 14. See, I didn't like this plan much at all. I mean, I thought he should have shot the 6 before and bumped the 14 and been straight in on the 15. Everything would have been separated then. Oh, he could see the 6.
Well, he's on the 50-yard line again. But he's at the table, and that's how he's been playing this match. So he'll probably just cut this in the side and go 3 rails and be right on his break shot again. Now he's looking at maybe shooting the 13 and coming out in the center of the table for the 14.
Yeah. It's never a good sign when you're changing your plan with 2 balls left on the table.
We'll see if he can focus and do whatever he ultimately decides to do. Here we go.
14 in the
Cut
corner.
In the corner.
3 rails.
3 rails the other way.
Try and get on the 13. Figures to have a pretty thin cut on the break ball even if he makes this, and of course getting to shoot the break ball, I'm sure would make him happy right now.
Yeah. I think he's decided cutting that 14 in the corner is probably not as easy an option as just taking the 13 now.
Nice shot. Nice
Slow
shot.
down, slow down. Well, I'll tell you what, he looked at that shot for a minute and a half, got down and 2-stroked it and came up almost perfect, a little straight. That puts him at 78 with Mika at 117.
Well, you got to hit this pretty hard and just a little below center to get off the balls, or shoot it a little softer and go forward a little bit and take whatever comes out of the rack at the bottom end of the table.
Yeah, I like that second option where you kind of just clip the 3 a little bit and they roll together.
He hit it hard and went forward. Well,
I think he didn't hear you say that you're supposed to shoot that a little softer, and then something sometimes works out in the back.
I think he can make the 12, can he?
He can make that 12 and roll right smack dab in the middle of the 8 and the 10 and have the 3 ball there.
Yeah.
Now, if he hits that ball firm, no telling where the cue ball will go. If he hits it a little softer, he can probably make sure he hits the 8 and has a shot on the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2 and a side.
He's back in business. Johnny Archer's now up 95-73 on Dave Dega, and Johnny's at the table.
It looks like 9 and then 11 up in the other corner, maybe. Unless he's... I don't know.
Well, you're starting to understand Brandon's game, see?
What, where I quit trying to predict what he's going to do?
I think he can also shoot the 3 ball here.
Yeah.
He's not solving problems yet.
Well, 5 and a side and then the 7 ball and break him with the 7. I don't know.
Might be able to make this 8 ball.
Maybe the 8 now. I don't like that as much. He could scratch shooting this. The ball could kiss off those balls and go on the side. He didn't hit it hard enough to go that route. I liked breaking him with the 7 better, or the 8, whatever that dark ball was in the corner. You could shoot the 5 first and then that one and spread them all out real good. Yeah, is he going to go for the 2? 11 and then the 2? Try and create a break ball. Looks like it.
Of course, doesn't have his helpful insurance ball here so much. I'm going to have to count on getting a shot of one of the balls he's moving.
Well, it looks like the one ball is going to hit the 5. Bump it over a little bit, and the cue ball should be going up table, so maybe I'll have a shot at the 5 next. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, he was thinking about going around for the 6, but the 5's a little tight on the position.
You mean shooting the 10 first?
Shooting the 10 and 6.
Yeah. Wow,
Okay.
no, he just hit that easy, and I don't know.
Oh, the one ball
There's
did
not
move
been
the
as
5.
much angle as it looked like from here.
Yeah. Did move the 5 ball to a slightly better position.
And this is a good shot. Go for the 6 and the 10. Been a little better if he hadn't bumped the 5 again, but you don't want this angle on this. She's going to end up shooting 1 first. Yeah, I think he should. Unless this is just straighter than it looks.
No, I think you're right, and I think that's why he's considering it.
Well, he might be able to hit this a little inside, follow to the rail, and hold shape for the 8. No, he was going for the 1 first. Well, he could bump the 5 to a better spot right now, shooting the 1, I think.
Warren Kiamko's up 97-71, but he's left himself tough on a break shot.
What's that look like? Well, it looks like the best shot here is to follow this and shoot the 5 in the side on the other side of the table to break him. Oh.
Well,
I didn't like that. I think he'd been better off shooting the 5 in the side.
he certainly left himself where he might not be able to catch the top of the rack. He's going to have to go side rail first.
Very tough to tell.
So Warren made his break shot, but didn't leave himself much and missed a tough combination, and John Schmidt is back at the table.
Well, we're going to see if he can hit the rack from here or not. So I'm sure he's not going to play safe right now.
I'll make sure he makes this ball, too. This isn't a hanger.
Well, I guess he could hit the rack from there.
Well, he went right back in, but look at this. Got the 8 ball.
Maybe.
Johnny Archer's now up 108-73 on Dave Dea. Looks like maybe Dea is at the table now. Yep.
We can't tell from here if the 8 passes.
Well, I think maybe it doesn't. Brandon just sat down, looked very frustrated.
Sat down. Okay. So maybe we could see his face from that view. I guess not.
Well, I saw his face and he didn't look happy.
I don't think he has anything here.
Thorsten is now up 95-40 on Corey Deuel. Thorsten at the table.
Now, Mika is on a foul, right? Didn't he scratch on a break ball or something? Get double kissed, didn't you say? Is that how Brandon started here?
That's exactly right.
See, this is another thing the young guys don't do. They don't keep track of it. He's forgotten that Mika's on a foul, and he's gonna try and do something crazy here instead of just touching the cue ball, taking a foul.
Tell you what, I think you're right, Bobby. 6 racks ago, Mika scratched on the brake shot.
And Mika's over there praying that he doesn't remember. It's whenever you play straight pull, whenever you get in a jam, the first thing you should think of is my opponent on a foul? Every time you get in trouble, if you make a habit for that to be the first thought in your head, is my opponent on a foul, it's going to save you a lot of times.
Does this 11-12 go in the corner? I would say by him shaking his head that it must not go. Well, there's pretty much only one way out of this predicament, and that is to remember that your opponent's on a foul. I think the 15-13 is probably pointed down here towards the rail.
$15-3?
Yeah, I think it's not lined up as you might think.
Nothing's any good here.
All I see him looking at is that 14 in the corner, which feels like you're really guessing and hoping.
Is he playing the 6 and the side, trying to play this combination?
I'll tell you what.
Or was he playing safe? I don't know.
The only shot is probably the 6.
Well, from where Mika is, he might be able to just shoot into the 8-4 and stick the cue ball on the 15, or stick it on the 8. Of course, that he could sell out the 14 up in the corner doing that, couldn't he? He's probably gonna shoot the 6.
Apparently doesn't like it too much, probably because he can't see that whole cue ball.
He's been sitting in the chair, and this is not what you want for your first shot. Brandon did end up giving him something that was relatively tough.
Right.
But, he should have just taken a foul.
Looks like Mika's looking at all the same shots that don't quite go that Brandon was looking at.
A few years ago, I was playing Danny Berruti at the World Championships, and I got in a jam at one point, and I looked up at him and said, "Are you on a foul?" He said, "I don't know, am I?"
That's Danny's way of saying yes.
And then And then I was able to recall exactly how he had scratched or whatever on his previous turn. And I said, yeah, you did this and that. And he goes, oh, okay. So a little while later, I was on a foul and he was shooting. He was running some balls for a little while, but I remembered I was on the foul. And then he shot a break ball but missed the rack. Cue ball ended up behind the rack. So he got down, instead of just taking an intentional foul because he knew I was on one, he got down and pretended like he was trying to cut the corner ball real thin, like it was just, and he aimed and aimed and aimed like he was trying to cut the corner ball real thin, and he rolled the cue ball up to the middle of the end rail, and he threw his hands up in the air like, oh, like I missed the ball, like he was hoping I forgot that I was on a foul. And so rather than just, normally if he'd have been on the first foul, I would have just tapped the cue ball, taken another foul.
Right.
But instead of doing that, I kicked 2 rails down and hit the back of the rack, and he looked at me and said, "Don't you ever forget?"
Well, here goes Mika.
Boy, he hit it clean. What a nice shot. And he might have to shoot another one. Wow.
Thorsten Homeland is now up 109.41 on Corey Dool, and Toasty's at the table.
Boy, he didn't get much reward for making a nice shot there. Now he's got to shoot the 13 all jacked up.
Uh-oh. There he goes. There he goes.
He's hitting them good.
And I think he needs 6 more balls here. Still got a little bit of
It's going to be a tough 6.
It sure is, because this 10 ball got to really sort of make something happen or slide past all these balls.
Well,
get on the 2 ball perfectly.
If he bumps the 1, he could get a shot on the 4.
Well, there you go. I'm guessing you've played this game before.
I don't know though. If the 4 goes, I would shoot it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't be.
I think he's trying to figure out how many balls he needs. I think he.
Yeah, but it almost doesn't matter. I mean, if the 4 goes, if he can make the 4 clean, I'm shooting that no matter how many I need.
Yeah, by my count, he needs 6 balls.
If you shoot the 4, you could draw back for the 8 or draw back for the 14.
I think he needs 6, and there's 5 in the clear right now, so maybe.
You can roll forward, yeah, for the.
Now's the time to.
Whatever this ball is, 7.
7. Probably roll up into that 315 or the 9.
How many does he need?
I think he needs 5 more.
See, that's the bad part about going up into those balls. I mean, he's got the 11, but he could have real easily gotten shafted there.
Took that one a little bit for granted. Really needed to choose where he was going in to make sure he kept his shot on that insurance ball. The 2 ball.
That would have been preferable, yeah. Now it'd be, even if he can roll the 11 on the side, it might be tough to get shape on something. Looks like he's shooting it in the corner.
Well, he may have to because of the 15.
Yeah, he's not going to miss.
Oh, there you go. He needs 2 or 3, so that should do it.
Playing a little too good. That's it.
That'll do it.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. That was Mika Immonen over Brandon Shuff. And what the final was 125.93. And be back to talk to you in a little while.
All right.